Morrowind's combat AI, is there anything quite as special as just the AI in Morrowind? Just by getting on top of a tall object or levitating, you can drive your foes just utterly insane, filling them with despair and forcing them to flee in utter hysteria. Just like, where are you going? Come back, we were in the middle of a fight. Where are you going? Oh, alright, he went to drown himself in the ocean, apparently. See, this is just, I guess it technically counts as a victory, but it is, somewhat broken. But, in any event, that brings me to today's mod of the day, which just vastly improves the combat AI in Morrowind, and that is Ultra AI by Archimag. Now this mod does a number of things to improve combat, including making it so that instead of just running away in object terror and hysteria, now when you jump onto a tall object or levitate, NPCs will still engage in combat by throwing stones at you. These won't do a lot of damage, of course, but they will still do some damage, and that way you are still being actively engaged in combat instead of the NPCs going insane and running away. Magical creatures will likewise cast weak damage spells just in your direction, when you're inaccessible for direct attack. And again, this is just a way to keep you, engaged in combat, and it prevents you from cheating by just levitating with a bow and arrow and, filling people full of arrows and whatnot. But anyway, this also includes a number of fixes for some, strange behavior in the combat AI, unlike when NPCs or creatures just suddenly pause, spontaneously in the middle of a fight and just, stand there doing nothing. That was an issue with the vanilla game, and this just fixes that, and also makes it so that attacks are just more frequent and faster. So now you're constantly engaged in fast-paced, frenetic combat when you get into a fight, which just it makes combat a lot more exciting and interesting, and also potentially more dangerous. And anyway, there's a few other tweaks to the combat AI here, including NPCs will now run away if they get low on health. So if they're about to die, they will try and get out of a fight if they can. And likewise, this makes it so that fear spells, spells that make NPCs run away, will be less effective on NPCs that have a higher level. And one last thing to note here, this does include an overhaul of stealth gameplay and stealth combat, but that is optional, so if you already have a mod that, improves stealth gameplay and stealth combat, like Stealth Improved, you can just, you can turn that off if you so desire. But anyway, that's pretty much all this mod does, and there is a video by the mod author that goes into a bit more detail that you'll find linked down below. But anyway, that's our mod of the day. So as always, I've been your host, Dark Elf Guy. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, happy modding, and I'll see you all next time.